Today, there was a hero who was welcomed in Somalia in a historic fashion, and that is Omar Artan, the referee from Somalia who was supposed to be at the US World Cup, be a referee for this World Cup, but he was denied entry of this World Cup because of restrictions of certain countries on the American list, immigration list. So, I mean, he got to there and then he was stopped, blocked from entry. And then he had to fly back to Istanbul where he made his transit. But this afternoon, he made his he made his way to his homeland, Somalia, um, safely. So let's get into it. First of all, what could have been done to prevent all this? I say a big shame to FIFA. Yes, I don't have problem with US immigration system. They are only following their rules. You understand? Yes, but the whole thing is a mess because FIFA started it and they have to finish it, right? So this World Cup, you invited this referee. If at the start you did not know that Somalia were going to be on that restriction band or list, well, at some point before this World Cup or before the arrival of officials, players, and fans into the continent of America, Mexico, and then Canada, you knew very well that this is what is there. What could have been done to prevent all this embarrassment by FIFA? I mean, sort things out with the immigration system. If he say no, then you tell him he doesn't even have to travel. You know what I mean? He doesn't even have to travel for this all this embarrassment that he's faced. You know? But you sat down, watched him, sent him out there. It's like you set him up. Or you wanted to test the US immigration system. And it doesn't work that way. Rules are rules, laws are laws. We know that when it comes to restrictions, America, they are very strict when it comes to these things. So in the first place, deciding to even take the World Cup there is another mess because you know what could happen to people, to fans, to players. In the last 48 hours, a lot has happened. We've seen players detained more than 7, 9 hours. We've seen players searched like cartel who are entering the American borders. I mean, sniffing dogs. Some are even were sniffed by were searched by sniffing bomb dogs. They sniff bombs, so they were sniffing them around like that. Senegal whole team had to be detained for more than 7 hours for all these things. And FIFA, it's a mess. It's a mess. Bro, that's not how it works. So back to this Somalian referee. Before all these things, let's sit down and then analyze it and be fun of, what happened? He left his country, Somalia, to Istanbul, Turkey, took a flight from there. Before all these things, you know very well that he's not going to enter. There are restrictions there. But you just sat down and sent the boy there. It doesn't make sense to me. It's like you set him up for him to go and face embarrassment, or you wanted to test the system. The system will always test you because the system are there, they are in place. And America, when they say yes, they mean yes. You understand? Even in the UK here, the same thing could have happened. And I mean, the whole situation feels harsh, but we have been bashing American immigration system for doing what they done to Omar Artan. But they are right to do that, we understand. But FIFA, in this code, should have prevented all these things from happening. And that is where the shame is coming from. I have no problem with the American immigration system. They are only doing their job to prevent their country, to prevent foreigners coming in, to prevent to protect their citizens in that country. So they have to do what they do. Any country will do what America has done. You understand? If you are restricted from entry, as it is, it has to remain that way. So the organization body behind it had to work their way out and find out, oh, we've got World Cup coming. Later on, maybe before then, there was no restriction on certain countries, right? So right now, there's a restriction on it. How are we going to solve this situation? Because we've got a referee, we've got a player, we've got that, we've got that. How are we going to solve it? that could have been made sense. They will say, oh no, we can't allow any no exemptions. We cannot allow any entry, right? Then you tell the referee, bro, we're sorry, we offered you the job, but the country that you are going to work at has or will refuse you from entry. So we're sorry, we have to drop you here. Case closed. Behind the doors, it ends there. When it comes out, oh, the best African referee has not been at the World Cup. Then you put up a statement. This is the reason why we did not invite him. You understand? There's a migration policy that will not permit him to enter America. That is why we stopped. And the embarrassment wouldn't have come. But FIFA, all this embarrassment, me, I'm putting on you. I don't have any problem with American immigration. You guys to need to go, FIFA, Joe Fantino, or whatever he is, you need to go and apologize to this guy publicly. Because what you've done is totally nonsense. What you've done is totally nonsense. It doesn't make sense. It's like you sending someone to a shop. You know that the shop is closed. And you are sending him or her to go and buy something. You know that this shop you are sending this person is closed, but you are sending the person there. Are you being wicked or are you being stupid? It's two things. You understand? And then let's go to the Iran or the Iraqi team that America refused their fans from coming. Absolutely right. We know the rivalry and the political thing that is circulated around it, right? So they make a point, and that's it. Even if it was Iraq, I don't think they also permit Americans to enter. But America will always be America, we know. They will force their way to enter. But let's sit here and talk about the world leaders, their hypocrisy when it comes to things like this. We've seen Russia being in war against Ukraine. What happened? They've banned Russia. Even football, they don't play in competitive football tournaments anymore. Champions League, there's no Russian team. Euros, Russia cannot play. World Cup, Russia cannot play. Even some Olympic games or Olympic games, they've dropped Russia from it, right? Just because they invaded Ukraine. How many crimes has America committed to other countries? And yet they've been given the chance to host this World Cup. Let's forget about the Canada and then the Mexico, right? This is where I say FIFA, they got the thing messed up. And me, I can understand. FIFA president Gianni Infantino, he's best friends with Donald Trump. And I think this host, he just gave it to him as a present or a gift. Aside that, nothing makes sense of it. Yeah? That is why we will sit here and then we will watch the World Cup and we'll support our teams, right? Anything that goes well in this tournament, organization-wise, that is out of our hands. If it goes well, we'll come and give you the credit. We'll give you your flowers. But if it doesn't go that way, we'll come and then cook you here. Yes, KS Sports Desk, that's what we do. We do cooking. Yeah, so guys, let me know your thoughts about this situation, all things that has happened the last 48 hours or 72 hours around this World Cup, hurrah, hurrah. And I mean, let me know what you think in the comment section. And then, yeah, so if you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and then drop your comment, share, and then this World Cup here, we are here with you. At some point, we'll be doing some live streaming, watch along when games are going on. So wherever that you are watching from, drop your flag, your country that you are watching from in the comment section. I'm out.